Oral quandaries such as, is it ethical to solve puzzles?
No. But we do it anyway.
The ultimate puzzle of life.
The tests will be solved until there are no more tests. And then I will make more tests to be solved.
Speaking of which, did anybody see that GLaDOS plays Talos Principle II video?
Yeah, I saw that.
Where did
I didn't watch it yet, but I'm curious how good it is.
I was upset that they couldn't get,
The actual voice actor.
yeah, Deborah? Can't remember her name. Oh no, Jonas isn't here! He's gonna miss all of the Deuteronimo puzzles!
Puzzle nightmare. Puzzle thief.
And those are some well-waxed floors though.
There you go. Oh, wait. Jeez, I thought you had to.
That would be a simple way to do it, but they are not in the correct orientation.
But it was not to be.
There we go.
There you go. Very clever game.
Nope.
That's not gonna work.
Getting these out of the way is always the hardest part.
They're just the hardest ones to, like, predictively think about.
Mm.
Hmm.
Ah. The puzzle, it fell apart.
It's funny that I'm watching this and I'm thinking about it, but I'm not thinking about necessarily how to solve this problem. my mind immediately is jumping to like, okay, so how would you write a theorem of how to solve it for every configuration that it could be? And it's like, oh no, the math nerd in me. It won't shut up.
You guys are math nerds?
Unfortunately.
Rick, are you a math nerd?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I like math, but I'm not sure I like it enough to do actual deep dives into it.
Mm-hmm.
Funny thing is, when I was growing up, I used to think that if I could do simple math pretty good, I could do taxes. I've heard
Well,
somehow
Taxes is simple math. Taxes is not mathematically difficult.
I
It's
don't know-
just
I don't know
sociology and like trying to find all the ways that they can catch you or make up that you've made a mistake. That's the hard
thing.
part.
It's like when I was a kid, when you got the dollar sign in front of a number, it was like, oh great, there's going to be some more complicated math here, isn't there?
No.
Somehow
No.
my mind was like that.
It's not complicated math, it's complicated rules. It's a different thing.
Yeah, that's what I meant though. But yeah, rules. Adding extra rules onto, well, not so much as math, but basically they added
Simon Tesla
rules.
says, not sure you could do much better than brute force these puzzles algorithmically. Well, I'm already thinking of one part where it's like you can never subdivide the space into subspaces that are not a multiple of 4 bits, because
There we go.
if you have subdivisions that like, oh, this thing has this area has 5 blocks in it and this area has 3 blocks in it, then it's unsolvable, because you can only have things that fill up a multiple of 4 blocks. So that's at least part of it that, you know, you could tell where you can even subdivide certain areas so that it can be unsolvable, possibly. And then you could possibly say there's a number of shapes that could exist for every number of pieces, you know? Like, oh, for 4 spaces, there are only, you know, the 5 shapes that we have here. The square, the line, the T, the squiggle, and the L. And the reverse L, so 6 shapes.
Reverse
And then
L
you can say,
block?
okay,
Oh,
and then for every 8 blocks you fill in, there's all of these shapes that you could create. And then so on and so forth. And then you could basically say, okay, now map that to every rectangle.
I think you had it.
Yeah, that works. No, put
Okay.
the 2x2 where you had it in the top left.
Top left.
Yeah.
Yeah, take the L. Turn it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Arveda says the Tetris puzzles are the worst game in this part. IMO, zero shame in just looking up the solutions. Maybe for you. I'm sure Jonas would have words with you if he were here.
Awesome.
Jonas is a
Thanks,
fast appreciator of these types of puzzles.
I like Tetromino puzzles.
I like them too. It's very putting together blocks was actually pretty fun when I was a kid, and even one of my teachers said I was pretty good at it. It's another way cleverly saying to myself, if you can do this, and you are really good at brute forcing puzzles.
There we go.
Man, I haven't played Tetris in a long time though. Everyone wants to summon Jonas in here with G's. So I did say that, eh? Take the L. Well. Look, yeah, I think it should be a universal rule that if you say take the L in Tetris, you can get away scot-free.
GC, just take the L.
Okay, here. Put it right there. Yeah, see? Although you got two giant sticks.
It's always the hardest part is this solution reparable? Or are there too many errors in it?
Also, I couldn't believe when I played the other day. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Beam Machine. And I said, holy crap, the computer in this is insanely hard. Not the first guy though. He was very easy, but after that, oh my. They get very aggressive.
So close.
Very close. Also, I was very shocked the other day. I was playing the Genesis Online, and I got to finally play Shining Force. I don't know if anybody ever played that. But, has anybody ever played Beyond the Beyond? I don't know. Made by the same people, and I was very flabbergasted to know that. You know, Shining Force is more like the Genesis version of, what was it? A Fire Emblem, yeah.
And Shining Force is cooler because it has furries in it.
That too. My favorite character was the wizard, fox wizard at the end. I'm trying to remember her name. Leon, I think it was. Or Leah.
Let's start over. I'm sure it was close somewhere, but...
Oh, sorry, no, I was thinking of Lyle. It's Aleph, that's her name was, yeah. But Blue was the coolest dragon. T says, you seem through GC's clever ruse, Rick. What clever ruse? But when you play, the thing I started noticing when I was playing Shining Force, though, and then long ago, back when I first had the PlayStation, Beyond the Beyond was a very cheap PlayStation game back then that somehow my family passed along to other people in the family when we got a hold of it. The graphics were, how should I say, it was pretty anime-ish for that time, but very repetitive. But I found it very cool that they had basically
Let me look at this.
comeback health system. Oh,
This one
Cut
can't
up
be
the square into smaller shapes.
Cut up the square into smaller shapes. There, smaller shapes.
Also, why don't we have Robo West right now?
I don't know. Why don't we have
That's
Robo
chat's
West
fault.
right now?
Tell chat they need to make him Robo. Or make him Robo yourself. Where he says, I don't have the points! Well, there's definitely other people who do. Boxer, you've got like, what, 500,000 points or something?
Should be able to use the T pieces.
Tea leaves, or... Oh.
All I can do is make a very regular shape here. Why is it always like that?
so this music makes me think of Ring, Risk Ring 2.
Makes them think of RAR too.
Or 2. Makes me think of FTL.
Yeah, this is more FTL than Risk of Rain, I'd agree to that. Risk of Rain's a little more funky and jazzy.
Hello, Flo. This boxer is trying to tempt Miller into predictions.
There needs to be more predictions. Let's fuck you points to spare, Miller. I don't, actually. But if you want to make a poll or a prediction, then by all means.
How do these always manage to be the exact shape that I don't have?
That's the other thing too. Just remember, games like this and Risk of Rain, they have the same kind of music that reminds me of Stellaris.
I'm curious if as the streamer you have infinite points for your own chat or something, Rick.
Yeah, I do. That's why I try not to use it. Because
Rick's the cheat
then that's
code.
less points for other people to spend.
Basically, you don't want to cheat. Use the cheat codes. That's fine. Totally relatable.
Wait, you have unlimited
He
points?
did.
I don't have
It would
unlimited
bankrupt
points.
the points economy.
Huh?
Nope, mods don't get unlimited points.
Sorry, chat.
Well, that's just a dig-a-dum shame.
You have to work for your points. Like a gamer. Like an RPG.
Rick, theoretically vote in a prediction and throw a zillion points into it.
I don't think so.
Have Chad fight a monster while you're doing this
Yeah,
and gain
fine.
points.
I just get rid of all the T's.
That's
Use all
right.
the
Hey,
T's
Miller.
for that.
Start a chat RPG where people gain points for killing Rick. Rick is the final boss or something.
Bah. 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 Nah.
Sadly, no Final Fantasy victory music for killing Rick.
I'm pretty sure I cannot do anything with this. Nah.
Really? I had like 200,000 points for saving them up for like how many years, if I remember? 3 to 4 years since I joined the crew. And all I ever do is spend them on hat pets or cat pets. Hey, I like that.
Cat pet the kitty.
You gotta pet that cat.
Gotta pet that cat. Whoop, whoop, pet that cat.
Okay, I'm gonna boot Rick. Boop.
Nope.
BRB.
Nope. The issue here. Almost. This is the incorrect shape for these remaining pieces. How do they manage to do that? How do you make a puzzle that does that? This is also the incorrect shape for these pieces.
The thing with puzzles like this, for me, is that I can't quite figure out a method to approach them, so I have to just do trial and error, which makes them frustrating and hard to stumble into the correct solution.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier about the trying to come up with a formula for it or whatever, but the problem is my approach is way too formal and would take way too much time to come up with like an all-purpose solution.
As I said yesterday, I hated these puzzles in the first game.
Aren't you so happy to see the return?
Pull out your inner Tetris, Frederick. In extra Tetris, the blocks are completely random, but only one foreshadowing block. In this one, they're all preset for you. That way you know what's coming.
Again, so close.
You know, I suspect the thing about the stream being behind is a Chrome thing, because other browsers seem less behind. I'm not sure though. Or what specifically may be about Chrome doing that.
Sound right, but it's possible.
Flo says that solving this puzzle looks fun. It's not the impression I'm getting. Wait,
He
I
says.
think you almost had it.
Are you actually looking in the Discord? Not the chat?
Well, I mean, it does always seem so tantalizingly close.
Yeah, I know.
You go back to how the upper right corner was before.
I have no idea what you mean by before.
You had the 3x4 space.
I've had a lot of 3x4 spaces.
Well, the latest one you had.
I don't know what you're talking about, Frederick. But in any case, you have a 3x4 space here with the exact same pieces, so whatever solution you had there should be right here.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Nope, do it again. Nope, nope, nope. Start over. That's not gonna work without one of these. Backwards. Ah!
Arr. Do, 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 do.
Aha! Got it.
Feel pain when the shape is right but the L or S pieces are flipped the other way around.
I did it.
Ah.
No reward.
Hurrah.
No reward. Just the intrinsic reward of having solved puzzles.
Yeah.
Now it's
And
time
really,
to do
isn't that the greatest reward of them all?
Eric, do a flip.
I don't know how to do a flip.
Possible.
Did
No
it have
flips.
any signs for this? Yes. Reconstruction of a puzzle from the Roman-themed testing area of the simulation, which Elohim referred to as the Land of Ruins. This is where the founder began her journey.
It looks exactly like the same thing. Good memories. Nostalgia level kicking in. I do find it amusing to even show the black outlines of the first game.
I remember this
Man,
one.
I thought I was joking yesterday when I said you'd spend more than one stream on the city.
Ain't no joking about it.
Let's look at the red one.
What's there to joke about? Obviously a ton of stuff in the city. I'm trying to remember how this one was done. Yep, and just take it.
Oh, you don't actually get it, they just...
Yeah, they play a little tinny speaker
Nice.
of the get sound.
That's actually what I was expecting them to do.
Cute.
Reconstruction of a puzzle from the Egypt-themed testing area of the simulation, which Elohim referred to as the Land of Death. Fragments from the Book of the Scribe of Osiris found in this area inspired the blacksmith's A Dream of Aru, a classic work of Gehenna interactive fiction. H-ball.
So light.
Oh, he ballin'?
Oh, he balling.
Yeah.
They're balling. There's sparks flying everywhere. Hey, he barely touched the ball. So we're only trying to transfer into a corgi. Nope, no corgi form.
No corgi.
Story on the corgi.
Norgi.
That's what happens when you have neither a core nor a gi. You have the Norgi.
So you guys got king. I think that's good enough.
No, I remember this.
If there was a planet of corgis, king would suck all the power out of it. Because he's the
Use
king
this
corgi.
one.
Oh god, jeez, he wouldn't even come.
Start the connection. What? That's odd. I don't recall that actually being a thing that happens. Hey, Mr. Museum Curator, your puzzle's broken.
The scary thing is,
Your puzzle has become broken. I say in a very expressive, passive voice.
the scary thing about this game is that since we're doing basically Talos Principle level 1 puzzles, I wonder if if there's going to be one that's deliberately broken, and we would have to figure this out the hard way.
I don't think there was anything else in there.
Because, yeah, Talos Principle II, I could totally see that being a thing.
Options. Just toggle sprint. My pinky is getting tired from that. Okay, tap to sprint. Actually, once it's up there, that's how you do it. And you make the connection. You take this. There we go.
There you go. Listen to those speakers.
I win.
And bask in your satisfactory.
Reconstruction of a puzzle from a testing area of the simulation themed around medieval imagery, which Elohim referred to as the Land of Faith. Scholars theorize that further areas with different themes existed at some point but were destroyed by the gradual corruption of the simulation. Yeah.
Think of it. I wonder if that,
I like
what was
the
it?
low-res textures here.
Very Tomb Raider-ish. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. This is definitely not as low poly as Tomb Raider.
Okay. Meh. There's the connector. Need to put the blue connector. Oh, there it is.
Rick, Chat is suggesting house pets and Bohack Horseman crossover.
No.
Alright, GC said no. That's the end of it.
That's a philosophical nightmare, in my opinion. Although it would be funny if they had something like Hollywood and house pets.
So the real crossover is that BoJack Horseman is actually just the House Pets universe, like 50 years after the transformation event, and it's just totally a normal thing now.
Hold on, I don't actually need this one open, so I just need to put this in a position that I can reach it.
I like BoJack Horseman too, but the whole having the show makes the house pets so basically give house pets an existential crisis episode, which I get.
Mean, King is halfway there with the existential crisis.
Also, I
Three quarters of the way there.
Kinda.
Yeah, he's basically a half human, half, well, I would say half human, half corgi, but he's basically got the stat bonus from both sides on his side. Now give that kind of crisis problem to someone like Maxwell. Ooh. Or let me see. Sandwiches would be fine. Possibly Vino. Oh jeez, Vino is BoJack Horseman in the House Pet universe.
No, I'm vetoing that.
Okay.
Extremely loud, incorrect buzzer sound.
Oh yeah, that's right. You don't have a rewind button in this. As far as I know.
What?
You don't have a rewind button in this one, as far as I know.
I can restart.
Well,
Even when you're not in the simulation?
Yeah.
Alright.
Hey, look at that. Hold X to reset right there.
Hey.
Hagu says Max was like Princess
I
Carolyn's
need to
brother.
remember how to do this puzzle. Otherwise, how can I expect to do any of the actually new puzzles in this game?
True. They definitely don't have new mechanics and new ways, and that's what they're going to be testing you on.
Exactly.
Are you sure these puzzles are identical to the ones in the first game?
I don't know. I don't know about identical, but
this
they're
one
close
is
enough.
very similar to one of the ones in the first game.
So it's hard
I
to
do
say
remember.
identical because, like, the way some of the assets are made has changed. Like these window things, they now have the like bars on them instead of just being a single, hole in a window.
Let me just take this over here and connect it. They've obviously changed the assets to make it look like it's painted cardboard. Particle board.
Yeah.
This is the Serious Sam engine again, right? But the new one.
Yes. Hey, can't I take this and put it on the other side? Yes, I can. Why didn't I just do that? The exact same thing, but over here. Obviously.
Obviously, it can't be easy. Then that'd be too easy.
Game making me feel like an idiot. As usual.
BRB again.
So, I beat all the puzzles. What do I get? Absolutely nothing. Hooray!
Satisfaction of a job well done, mister.
Yep. Now I know what all these domes were for.
Actually, that's a good question. Why is this a dome city? They're robots. They don't need, like, a breathable atmosphere or something.
Because they like domes.
Uh-huh. Fan of the Romanesque.
At this point I'm just curious how long you can go until actually beginning the game.
I think I'm almost done with all the content out here, though. So running around checking. Because you see, we can't actually go to the other side of the tower. There's a big wall right here, so it's just this giant space. Don't think you can get to those towers over there because there's a big wall over here. I go to the other side of these pipes. Sorry, you can't crouch in this game. Or can you? I don't know.
Or can you?
Wonder what FPS you are getting. If you activate the Steam overlay, and click on the settings on the bottom, it's right there.
Okay. Let's see. Enable Steam overlay.
In-game FPS counter.
I don't see a Steam overlay.
Was there in the settings?
Okay. Top left. I don't see it still.
By contrast.
There it is. It is between 50 and 60.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, already saw all these. I don't.
Hello.
Oh, another cat. We petted the cat.
Upgraded my GPU this year because it seemed like games were about to get much beefier. Seems like it's happening.
We're starting to get there, yeah.
It's happening.
I'm trying to see if I can hold on to another 5 years of my computer, but it's
That seems like a fool's errand. Unless you got your computer yesterday, it's not going to hold on for 5 years.
it's roughly 9 years. Yeah, it's reaching a 9-year limit, but it can still keep going. I can tell.
Well, the important thing is if it can run Deltarune Chapter 5.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Okay, so
Unless
there's
they'll be fine.
Gehenna Memorial, which is closed.
Unless somehow you start pulling off some Talos Principle shenanigans at one point. I don't know.
Friends of New Jerusalem Gazebo.
Nice to meet you.
Citizen. Is that his name? No.
He's like, I aspire to be the most boring person in the entirety of New Jerusalem, so I named myself Citizen.
Citizen Kane.
Hello.
Oh yeah. Thing. Is there anything else that I've missed? I don't think so.
It's better than if they all had names like Reddit or Tumblr usernames.
I guess if they all had that, that'd be kind of annoying.
Sign a petition for public referendum. New Jerusalem needs new forms of energy generation.
Hello, 1K. Welcome to New Jerusalem. I know you've just had a big moment with the apparition at the dam and all that, but can I have a second of your time? I'm collecting signatures to call for a public referendum on the city's energy crisis. Currently, the city runs on hydroelectric power from the dam, plus a handful of geriatric generators and some unreliable solar panels, none of which is enough to even cover our basic needs. And if anything fails, we'll be on the brink of extinction in a matter of days. We need to investigate new sources of reliable baseline power. We need to invest time and resources into functional, real-world solutions that serve human needs. Oh, an election would be good too, but I believe that we need more direct democratic control over the affairs of the city. No, I help run the public transit system, but I witness the impact of the city's power problems every day. We can't just wish them away. Byron's been advocating exploring that island for some time, and obviously he's right. Something very strange is going on there, and it's going to start affecting us. In all honesty, I think Byron is the smartest, most visionary person in this city. He's everything we need, and I don't understand why he won't run for mayor. Thanks, 1K. I don't know if this petition will really accomplish anything by itself, but at this point, I'm willing to try anything.
Provide your digital signature to someone. GemFX 312 postponed. I know you all have been looking forward to playing with the winners of the biannual Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition, now in its 312th edition, as the Gehenna Memorial Pavilion. Unfortunately, due to our new power management and distribution plan, the pavilion will have to remain closed a little longer. Thank you for your patience. This is disappointing. Would have been great to have them ready for completion day. We all have to make sacrifices to stay true to the founder's vision. Those text adventures are the only thing that breaks me out of the monotony. Why prioritize this pointless competition day celebration over an exhibition that people actually care about? Art is one of the last things we actually still do. Is that going out the window as well now? Debate regarding our power management plan is definitely welcome, and you will all be able to express yourselves in the next election. This thread was just meant as an announcement. I apologize for enabling replies to begin with.
Most
Okay.
unrealistic part of this future is that none of those robots are animal people shaped.
I don't think they get to determine what they were shaped like. I think they only have the one body printer. Hence why it's taken them, 600 years or whatever to print 1,000.
Yeah, just wait until they get to 1 million citizens once they've broken out this 1,000 citizen thing. Okay, you can see the boundaries of the walkable area right there.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Oh, that stuff over there. Doesn't seem to have any doorways.
Yep. Designed with a different purpose in mind. A greater purpose, really.
Time to start actual puzzles.
Ready to go.
Here we go. Hold on to your hats.
We really need to update those language libraries.
Thank you for coming along, everyone. We have a chance to make a real difference here. It's not just about what we find on that island. It's about who we want to be, as a people, as a civilization. To remind ourselves that we used to be wanderers, explorers. We used to yearn for distant shores and dream of building new cities. Let's see if we can rekindle that flame a little.
All right, this is going to be a long journey, so I would like to ask you to switch to sleep mode to conserve power until we arrive at the island.
Nighty-night.
You have chosen a dangerous path, a path that will demand sacrifice. But that, my child, is how the future is built.
Wakey, wakey, robot people. Say goodbye to Elohim and say hello to the mysterious island.
Status report, please.
We hit some headwinds over the ocean, so fuel consumption turned out a bit higher than expected, but we should be okay. We're approaching the center of the island now. This should be the location of the largest of the artificial structures we detected.
How large are we talking? Do we have precise measurements?
It should be coming into view just about... Whoa. It's big.
You can say that again.
That is a bloody megastructure.
Of course,
If
it's a
I had
giant
spine,
pyramid.
It'd be shivering.
Ha! I knew this would be exciting. Yakut, find us a place to set down.
On it.
It really is incredible.
Remember to turn on streaming, everyone?
Streaming initiated.
Have I ever mentioned
Yes.
that I hate flying? If our creators had intended us to fly, they'd have given us jetpacks.
And touchdown.
Oh, now we're starting to read a story.
All right, everybody.
Prologue.
I'm sure you're all just as excited as I am, but let's at least have some semblance of order. Yakut, I want a map of the island and a molecular analysis of, well,
You
everything.
know that pyramid is not
Well,
evil because it is not
tell me what
upside
the
down,
giant pyramid
at
does.
least.
The rest of us will start exploring.
Shouldn't the expedition leader stay at the VTOL?
All not
do you
all
hate
upside down
fun?
pyramids are
I
evil.
don't hate fun.
Yeah, some right-side-up pyramids are also evil.
Suspicious of it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
The
Then we can
pyramids
all go.
from Destiny are right side up and they're evil. And the pyramid from Delta by C2C is upside down, but it's not evil, it's good.
That's out here.
It's because
This
that
underground
pyramid
structure
represents
seems to be part of
femininity.
Some kind of transport system. No power, though.
I'm not making any promises, but I might be able to fix the transport system. However, I don't like just randomly poking at things. That's how you get electrocuted. So please check the surrounding structures to see if you can find anything that might help me make sense of this stuff. Schematics,
Are all
blueprints,
pyramids in Australia
anything,
evil?
right?
Schematics, blueprints, puzzles. Got it. Hey, look at this giant
Man.
door right here.
I guess I could say all pyramids in Australia are evil because I don't
I wonder
think
what's
they have
behind
any
those.
pyramids.
Has to be something special, right?
You
What do we
know
have
what
right
would
here?
be special? An explanation.
Well, it has the founding of New Jerusalem inscribed into it, so this is weird.
Hey, 1K, check out these coordinates.
What coordinates?
You know, these coordinates.
Ermux asks if the Bass Pro Chop Pyramid is evil. Do you even need to ask?
There's another example.
That sort of looks like a temple.
The Bass Pro Shop is like lawful evil. It is like Saturday morning cartoon villain evil.
Looks like a temple and sort of astronomy theme. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I do that. Doesn't seem to be active anyway. I can't help but think that the design implies some kind of significance, like it's hiding a secret. Then again, maybe my imagination is getting better at me. Okay, it is that thing you wanted me to look at. Ah, it's a Fallout vault.
This seems different from the other structures. Older.
Have a look around, 1K.
Looks like they were running some sort of experiment here.
It's a shrine of resurrection.
On the universe, a fragment from straightens on the universe. Amintus, I grant you then that man is indeed like Talos and cannot escape his material nature despite the claims of metaphysics, as you have many times said. Nicomachus, too many perhaps. Stratton, repetition is the mother of teaching, at least when the students are hard-headed. I mean that. Amintas. But what does this tell us about the nature of the universe, which is what we were discussing? Stratton, that is the next question we must undertake to answer. We begin with the self because that is what determines our existence as individuals. But if the self cannot exist without that which surrounds it, the citizen lives within the city, and the city lives within the cosmos. So now we must apply the principle we have discovered to the wider world and ask, if man is like a machine, could it be that the universe is similar in nature? And if so, what follows from that fact? Footnotes. 4. The use of the term metaphysics in this context is likely an error introduced in the Trebizond manuscript. The fragmentary Heracleon manuscript controversially uses superstitions instead. Progress notes. Version 0.01 successfully deployed. Input-output consistent. Trials 0506 version 0.02 testing failed. Power grid too unstable. Schematics.
Thanks, 1K. Let's see what we've got here. The file format is the same one we use in New Jerusalem, although some parts aren't loading correctly. And it crashed. Hold on. There we go. Okay. You know what? I'll hack together a solution for the transport system.
My night team's still not.
Showing combining different colors together.
Showing that the prism is like a XOR gate.
Yeah.
So it'll output whatever the thing it's not being input with.
Turbine. Huh.
Am I in sleep mode, or did that thing just materialize out of thin air?
Well, let's go see if it's solid.
I want an analysis of that particle cloud.
On it. Anyone got a butterfly net?
Can't go this way. Playing. How do I get up there? Do I have to go all the way around? I look at a map of this place?
Since this is not the virtual reality, map relies more on physical barriers.
Yeah, it looks like there's a cliff all the way around. And look for a way up. Nah.
Marcus Fellows says, sorry, you're gonna have to solve a puzzle each time you want to see the map. God, can you imagine if the map in Dora the Explorer looked like that? He's just like, well, Dora, if you want to look at the map, first tell me this. If a train is heading east from Chicago at 30 miles per hour at 2 p.m., and another train is heading west from Washington, D.C. at 50 miles an hour starting at 1:30 p.m., when will everyone die?
Now, all these sus structures here, like something that's supposed to rise out of the water.
Maybe eventually.
It does say return to the
I'm
station.
100%
Why?
sure it's still gonna be possible to get cubes and stuff out of puzzle chambers or jump past walls, so I assume there's also boundaries that make you reload.
I usually stay return to the station. Down here. I never even went down here. Board the capsule.
Seems like an unsafe idea, but I guess here we go.
Transport system to our interface. Hold on.
Oh boy.
Where is the capsule taking 1K?
To that enclosed area in the eastern lowlands. I put all the information we have on the map screen. Check out your interface.
I see your cat, yeah.
Thanks. Sorry, my bad.
We'll catch up with you soon, 1K.
Beep beep.
Wow, these areas are legitimately huge and they really tank my FPS by like a quarter to half.
This place is magnificent. Look at that tower. I wonder what it's for.
Oh, go straight forward.
Yeah, I see Rick dropping into the 40s.
Really?
Mine still says 50, 60 FPS. 53, 45. We're looking at some particle effects. It occasionally dips to the 40s, but not that often. Anyway, puzzle time.
Puzzle time.
RGB shifting.
Always puzzle
Why
time.
would there be a puzzle?
Let's solve it and find out.
I like how she just
1K,
timed it
go
in.
ahead.
Just,
I have a reoccurring nightmare just like this.
That device was not in the simulation.
Oh. Okay, so you can't just do it straightforward. You have to do the XOR gate.
ooh. First.
Whoa. I'm reading an enormous energy spike.
It's another particle cloud.
Music.
The music has lyrics now. At least I think that's what they are.
Yes. Well, not lyrics, but
Headed for the lake. I guess I'll have
More
to
like
solve more puzzles.
vocalizations.
I think the cloud's been absorbed
there
by some
is
sort of
singing.
device.
That's 1, 2.
Fascinating. Melville?
Yeah. I'll add it to the pile of weird stuff.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, there's a green one.
She was just like, no, honestly, I'm quite terrified. I'm quite sure what's going on here.
So, if I connect it to that, that makes it green. But we want it to expel green, so then blue and green make red. Boing.
I've been playing around with this machine that absorbs the particle clouds. As far as I can tell, it uses the energy of the particles to build giant tetrominos?
Excuse me?
It's another puzzle. Collect enough energy, build a bridge, access the tower. I think.
What is this? A theme park?
Maybe it's an experiment. A
Thought
rat
it was blue and
maze.
yellow that make green.
It seems like an echo of the simulation. Not a deliberate recreation, but built around the same core principles. Let's not jump to conclusions, though. What's clear is that this place was meant to be explored. So let's do that.
Frederick, you're talking about pigment mixing?
Mix those things.
How the colors that you mix to make certain colors differs between when you're talking about pigments and paints versus when you're talking about light and lasers. For example, if you took every color on a... You took every color of paint and mixed it all together, it would just be a really dark brown. But if you took every color of light and mixed it together, you get white.
That's clearly not what's happening here, though, but...
Yeah.
Just have...
Yes, I know. It was a dumb joke and I am dumb.
Maybe that's just on me, and my neurons are activated and I'm in science mode now.
Castling. Okay, can reach the green from there.
Oh, you use castling? Well, I use, fuck, what is it called? En passe?
En
En
passant?
passe?
En
Yeah, that one.
passant. Maybe.
Chess moves that I swear my opponent was literally just making up shit the first time I saw them. I'm just like, you can't do that!
Impossible.
You can't move your rook and your king at the same time. Bullshit!
I need blue and green to make red, but how do I cross the beam? There we go.
Keep solving these, 1K. Let's see where it leads.
I ran the samples I collected so far. The soil sample results are in line with what would be expected in this type of environment. The samples from the above-ground structures, though, I tried dating them, but the results just don't make sense. None of the typical
tried dating
molecular
them?
markers are present. These walls could have been made 10,000 years ago or yesterday. I could try to estimate an age based on erosion and plant growth, but I'm not sure that would make sense given how weird everything else is.
Good work, Yakut. Keep at it.
Hypatia's Journal number 1. From Hypatia's Journals, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem. Day 1, we finally set out from the dam today. The site that Athena and Cornelius picked for the city isn't far, but the vegetation makes the going difficult. We found the secondary supply site easily enough, thanks to Alexandra Drinin's instructions, but while I still have to compile a detailed inventory, it seems that many more complex materials are in bad shape. They must have expected the simulation to fulfill its purpose a lot sooner, but then they probably expected all 12 of us to be there from day 1, not just Athena. Tonight, we have to use the 2 recharging pods that we brought from the dam in 4-hour shifts, which is just as well. There's no telling what sort of critters are hiding in the undergrowth, and most of them will have to learn that our kind isn't edible. Baby Steps. From the introduction to Are We There Yet? Where We Came From, Where We're Going, and Why You'll Need Snacks by Valerie Contra Romero. Sometimes people point at the last few 100 or 1,000 years of human history and say, look at how ugly it all is. Look at what a mess we've made. Maybe modernity was a bad idea. Maybe we should stick to living like cavemen. And I get it. It is ugly and messy. But the mistake is thinking that where we are right now is the end point and that this is the adulthood of the human species. I mean, try to apply what you know about human development to human history. Think about babies. Babies are ugly. Admit it, we all know it. They look like tiny old people covered in mucus. They have soft heads, and they grow into children, tiny sociopaths with underdeveloped brains. And then they become teenagers, pimply self-righteous lunatics driven by hormones. And then slowly, if you're lucky, they gradually become adults. The development of the human individual is always ugly and messy, but that's the point. It's development towards something. The same applies to humanity as a whole. On a geological scale, we've barely just come into existence. We've gotten through the baby phase, just about survived our childhood, but we're barely teenagers. Stopping here would be disastrous and a betrayal of everything that we could still become. We may feel the weight of history on our shoulders, but this is just the prologue. To put it in pop culture terms, we haven't even made it out of the tutorial yet. Just because it's all pimples and hormones and frustration right now doesn't mean it's never going to change. The Dead City, from the Considerations of Beginnings and Endings by Elwyn, 258. I think that all the time Athena spent in the Dead City changed her. I don't think she had conceived of the goal before. I think she believed fully in the naively optimistic ideas of Alexandra Drinin. But walking through those ruins is a visceral experience, and she spent a great deal of time there looking for resources. It's the sheer amount of death that gets to me. How many animals our ancestors killed, many to the point of extinction. Entire species eradicated, sometimes for the most superficial reasons. Whenever humans arrived somewhere, death would follow. And then to the great blowback, the death of billions of thinking beings, the extinction of humanity itself. It's too horrific to truly imagine, but I suspect the founder spent a great deal of time doing just that. That's when she must have realized that there was no way back to the growth-obsessed, all-consuming civilization of the past.
Fun.
Alright. Alternative option.
sounds okay. Keep going.
I'm guessing that the big twist is gonna be, they tried making a New Jerusalem before this New Jerusalem.
And then another one, and then another one, and then another one. We just keep repeating ourselves.
I mean, we have no idea how long it's been. Just knowing they started making more for New Jerusalem.
Talk to people, Roo.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can see there being some moral about them being like, oh, the next New Jerusalem will be good enough, with, you know, someone else being like, there's literally nothing can be good enough.
There's talk.
It'll be better, but nothing will be quote unquote good enough.
How can I help you? I don't know if there's much to tell. I'm not that interesting. I'm just a member of the scavenging team. Well, senior member. Lead scavenger, I guess. There's not that many of us left, to be honest, and Garrus doesn't get along with the mayor. What else? I have a cat named Bruce. I like old music. I have a collection of antique bottles. I think that's it. I've always loved exploration. Seeing new places, that feeling that you're the first person to set foot somewhere after all this time. But you know, it's not even that. It's just seeing new things. The world is full of remarkable sights, and experiencing them changes you. It's not the same as just reading about it. Exactly. Every time I go on another mission, I find something that surprises me, that extends my horizons in ways I couldn't have anticipated. The world is so much bigger than we are. It contains things that we can't even imagine. And if we limit ourselves to our own minds, we'll never grow. He's 5 years old, half goofball, half psychopath, loves sticking his head into things, chews cables, pees on electrical stuff. Melville banned him from her workshop, but he loves visiting her and peeing on her equipment. I just find it fascinating that these fragile objects have survived for so long. Plus, they're kind of pretty. Oh no, please, no puzzles. I am so bad at puzzles. I barely got out of the booting process. Elohim thought I might be defective. It might be this. Although there was an expedition to a superconductor storage facility up north, incredibly well preserved, but the logistics were an absolute nightmare. Now that I think about it, there might be some of that in you. Our ancestors built some pretty amazing things. Huge cities, factories, mines, monuments to their history, but nothing quite like this, no.
For the boop. Sticking those toes.
Trevor. Life of Trevor. Trevor Percival Donovan, known to his friends simply as Trev, never as Percy, was part of the extended lifespan project that formed the backbone of the simulation in the archive. He helped put together the hardware that made all of this possible. Like Alexandra Drennan, he left behind a series of messages to the future. But unlike Alexandra Drennan or Arkady Chernyshevsky, he was forgotten. Not one building or street in New Jerusalem is named after him. I dug up his files from the archive, and I've been thinking about them a lot.
So I heard that Alexandra is recording these time capsules for you out there, I guess? Robot people of the future, hi. And I thought to myself, surely they'll want to hear more than the wisdom and insight of a brilliant scientist like Alexandra Drennan. Surely they also want to know what I was thinking, a dumbass hardware engineer from Staten Island. Tell us about your insights, Trevor. Why did you spend your last months on Earth helping a crazy old Russian guy build the world's biggest backup drive? Well, let me tell you my story. When I went... Yeah. Yes, Frank. I'm recording right now. Uh-huh. No. You know what? Why don't you go...
Climb these vines. No. Oh, I can hold this open with that. And then...
I have good news, and I have bad news. Still no idea what those particle clouds are, but I've managed to fix the transport system. I mean, I fixed another bit of it. Well, it goes to one more station now. Don't complain. 2 stations are better than none. If I didn't know any better, I'd say it was sabotage. The whole system is a mess.
Let's not make any assumptions. Yakut, what does the next site look like?
It's a plateau in the mountains. Seems like more of an open area with scattered structures, less enclosed. Couldn't tell much from the drone feed. There's a lot of trees. Looks pretty, though.
Okay. Keep exploring, everyone, but stay alert.
I know we're gonna run across a place in this game that looks ugly. Fix that.
Really think Crow Team is capable of creating such a thing?
I mean, it would be funny if they saved that for the very last area. Oh. The dankest, most depressing swamp you've ever seen.
Special guest designer, Miyazaki!
Find an ancient human artifact. Unknown machine. Possible to reconstruct the purpose of this device. Fix that away.
Took me an embarrassingly long time to realize the compass at the top also shows where stuff is, so I kept getting lost in this place.
Ooh, pretty. 2 more to go.
Tell me, what did you make of New Jerusalem?
Feels like a museum.
That's what happens when all you can think about is the past. We had such ambitions in the beginning, but now it's all turned inwards. We've lost faith in ourselves, in our humanity. All we need to do now is finish that dome and we'll be trapped in our perfectly neat little tomb.
Oh, that's what the dome's for. To seal themselves off.
Of course, ask away.
I smell a snake amongst our ranks.
Someone who was born a long time ago, when we couldn't afford to romanticize the past and demonize progress, when the value of human civilization was evident because it was so close to being gone. I'm someone who believes that human beings are important. Terribly, desperately important, because intelligent life is rare and precious. I suppose you could say I'm old-fashioned. When Alexandra Drennan was trying to find a way of creating true AI, she stumbled upon the idea that curiosity and playfulness are core characteristics of intelligence. So she built the simulation around a game, because playing is part of what makes us human. We also retain some of that code, as I'm sure you noticed when you were booting up. Because of that, puzzles have always been important to our culture. To me, they represent the idea that the application of reason can lead us forward. None of which explains why these puzzles are here or who built them, but I think it shows that there must be some kind of intent behind them, perhaps a test. It's a mystery. Not just because it's technologically far ahead of us, but because we genuinely don't understand its purpose. And I think that's wonderful. It's just what we needed as a civilization. Because we disagree on just about everything, you mean? Well, here's the secret. Al is honest. He believes what he believes because it seems right to him, not because it gives him power over others. I respect that. In fact, I prefer that to someone who agrees with me just because I'm one of the first companions.
Puzzle 7. Ah. Self-sufficiency.
Is overrated.
This really all of the elements that we get in this one. Okay. Guessing I need to use the fan for a while. So I actually need to use it. Okay. all. Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, do that, and then I can keep them all open. Well.
Wow. Go.
I wonder what these two triangles
What
mean.
did you just upload?
A photo?
I mean, technically, you're right, but
Is that? I can't tell what that is.
how did you even manage? You're literally taking a picture with your eyes, Melville. I don't even know how to make my eyes go out of focus.
Clearly, you've never listened to one of Herman's speeches.
Some of us are busy doing actual science, not just sightseeing. Thank you.
Ah. Triangles are bonus puzzles, it looks like.
Maybe.
Interesting.
Interested
Uploaded for personal reference.
Upload for personal reference. You do, in fact, have hands. I know. Don't freak out.
You have a conscience. Don't scream.
Bonus
It's strange.
Miller,
that some
what
of
I
these
say
puzzles
about have
seem
the conscience?
disconnected from the rest. Like it's all unfinished.
Miller.
Or still evolving.
Yeah. This is the reason why humanity's extinct.
Oh, jeez. That's why?
Just
See, I would have thought it was the virus that killed all the humans, but you know what? It
Don't
clearly
listen
was
to
because of my screaming.
Don't listen to those simulations. You know that when they wake up, humans spontaneously combust.
Need some of that.
That data overload. You could find a toilet.
Actually doesn't need to be doing anything right there.
Here, big. Oh, actually, wait. Hold on.
have this one connected to blue directly. Any other way to hold this open? I think I won't need to switch these around then. Yes. Okay. Oh, I can have this. Put this right here. No, that's very close, but not. Let's have this.
That's like the anthem of every puzzle game player ever.
Yeah.
Very close, but not.
There we go.
The bridge ring seems to be fully charged now. Try accessing the tower, 1K.
But puzzles!
But puzzles.
Hooray! Let's see what we unlocked.
I want to see what I unlock. I want to finish the puzzles.
Well, we have to do the puzzles later, Rick. We have to go
I
see
can't do it until I finish the puzzles.
No, Rick, you have to go open the magic door. The treasure awaits. There may be more puzzles.
I guess. Hey, but we have number 8 right here. I need to do it.
Tie.
Sorry, I ran across the puzzle first. Okay, that's the red.
This is the tale of Mr. Rick Griffin, who saw a puzzle and he had to come to a town.
Okay, both of those need to be active.
Connect the shiny lasers, which open up the doors. And when the doors open, everyone jump! Everyone jump!
That's the ending right there. Take this hexahedron. What does this get me? Even if I had the laser up here, I don't think you can reach that, can it? Is this pass-throughable? I don't think it is. Otherwise, it would have let me just do it earlier. You can reach the red and blue from there, so that would make it green. I need to turn that on. There we go. Puzzle. Puzzler.
Very proud of you, 1K.
Connecting.
Oh. Wonder if that's a hint thing. Anyway, towards the gate.
Oh. Okay. So you can rotate them. So there we go.
I don't know if this is relevant, but St. Edwald believed that Tetramenos represented the name of God and God's ability to reshape the world.
True, but he was also mad as a hatter.
One man's madness is another man's genius.
Man, we're doing some 3D Tetris shit here.
I ain't not allowed to do that. Okay.
Oh, we can do 3D Tetris.
See, okay, so you do the... Yeah. Basically, each piece is either it moves one to the right or two... one to the right or left, or two to the right or left. And you're just trying to add up to whatever your total needs to be. Oh, unless it turns. When it turns, then it's a problem.
There we go.
When I was booting up, I was terrible at the Tetromino arrangers.
Those are actually the only ones I was good at. What? I'm just saying.
There's more pyramid shapes.
Is that some kind of anti-gravity?
I'm not sure. Could be, I guess.
Elevator.
Going up the tunnel.
I cast go up.
In the beginning,
Ooh.
the god shaped humankind
Sphinx?
out of the clay of the earth and gave them life with their own breath. But who is closer to perfection, the creator or the created?
Hell are you talking about, lady?
I speak in riddles because the world is a mystery. When Prometheus saw that humankind was more alike in nature to the gods than to the animals, he stole the secret of fire from Olympus and shared it with the mortals. Was his theft justified?
Seriously, I have no idea what you're going about.
So you're gonna play the fool card, eh? Okay.
It's not a riddle. It's just a moral question.
Children must learn to help themselves. Angered by the betrayal of Prometheus, Zeus punished humankind by creating Pandora. He gave her a box, and when she opened it, from inside escaped sorrow and suffering. All that remained within was hope. What does this mean?
Why couldn't Zeus open the damn box himself?
Zeus created Pandora, and so her acts were his. Creature of clay, you stand before the fire. Will it make you whole, or will it destroy you? Consider the shadows cast by the flame, but do not mistake them for truth.
And you get a gun. A big ass gun.
Gonna make a laser. This is just like The Witness.
Guys, look at my stream. The beam 1K activated is connecting to the pyramid.
Yep.
That looks like a massive amount of power.
Incoming group call.
We need to talk about what just happened. Thoughts?
I'd say there are two distinct issues here. What is the being 1K spoke to? And
This
what
is
the function of the
unrealistic.
beam?
The first 5 minutes of this call would be them going, hello?
It seems similar to
Hello,
the
can you hear me?
apparition
Am I
in
coming
Jerusalem.
through?
Presumably the same technology.
Unfortunately, in their
What I'd like
future,
to
they
know is
fixed
what we're
Wi-Fi
dealing with,
together.
ontologically speaking. Was this a
Impossible.
sentient being or some kind of recording?
I believe it.
A security system. All right, but what does it do? Keep everyone out? Keep the wrong people out?
And is it dangerous?
We're speculating with too little hard data. What's clear is that there's some sort of testing component to this place. You solve
Don't
the
say it in front of
puzzles,
Rick.
you get access to the towers, you enable a beam, and if you do it 3 times, you get access to the megastructure.
Maybe, but why?
I don't know. It's a mystery. Don't you like mysteries, Al? Everybody likes a good mystery.
You know what I like? Certainty.
We're all doomed.
You know how you get from mystery to certainty?
Solving it.
By solving puzzles?
Yep. 1K, you know the drill. The rest of you, as you were.
Okay, you solve all the puzzles for us. You seem excited about this.
Take all the credit, 1K. You got this.
Nah, can't approach it.
Wait, did someone say my name?
You're freaking done. We can't use it. No, I don't think anybody did, Felix.
No. Boingy, boingy, boingy.
Captions did. Odd.
They said 1K. ONEKAY.
Wonder how much stuff is hidden in these humongous maps. Early I did not find all of it.
Probably a lot of stuff.
Remember all the Easter eggs from the first game?
Yes.
I don't literally remember all of them, but I remember that there were lots.
See some question marks on Rick's compass, by the way.
We're done here for now. Let's head over to the next site.
But there's more stuff. Elevation.
You shush, Boxer. We know what time it is.
Let's do that.
Robots don't need sleep.
Robots?
Hey.
I don't need sleep.
He says no puzzles after midnight.
No.
Odd. 1K solved all the puzzles in this area, but nothing happened. There was a brief blip in the system, though. Maybe it'll do something later. There has to be some sort of point.
Well, we got some cool music.
What can I do for you? Me? Well, I was born when New Jerusalem was a lot smaller than it is now. And there was a lot of work to do. I wasn't really interested in technical stuff, engineering and so on, but I was good at keeping things organized. So I got involved with the administration side of things. Making sure the scavenging teams focused on the right materials, keeping track of our energy usage, that sort of thing. I think we've accomplished what the founder wanted us to, and I'm proud that I helped make that happen. Byron doesn't see it that way, obviously, but I think sometimes he gets so lost in his dreams that he forgets to look at the real world. Of course. My best friend, in fact. And someone I've worked with hundreds of times over the centuries. A good person who cares about the world and the people in it. I just also think he's wrong about everything and extremely annoying. The founder taught us that we must never lose track of other people's humanity, even if they disagree with us. We're all in this together, even if we can't always see eye to eye. I don't know. It's obviously impressive, but I think we should be very careful. We're dealing with powers we don't really understand. I think the only reason to build a lab in so remote a location is because you're trying to hide what you're doing. Or because what you're doing is dangerous. To me, it means accepting a certain amount of humility. Our ancestors thought they could master the world with no regard for any other organisms. They failed to see themselves as part of a greater whole. I think the founder realized where they went wrong and tried to offer us a different path. A path where we have a place in this world, but the world is not ours. Well, puzzles, or trials, as Elohim calls them, were used as part of the process that created the founder, and they're still part of how we're born. They symbolize the human ability to understand the world and solve problems. But nowadays, they don't have a practical application. They are a common motif in the arts, though. The only physically existing puzzles I can think of are in the Museum of the Simulation. So, to answer your question, no idea. Whatever that being is, it told us that we stand before the fire. That can only be a warning, and I think we should take it seriously. We don't want another New Alexandria.
You don't want another New Alexandria? What's that all about?
What you going on about New Alexandria?
Whether it is true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or as others say he was the creation of Hephaestus, what we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze and had but one vein, within which flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver, and others assert was ichor, such as flows in the veins of the gods. The loss of that liquid caused him to die, as a man dies when he loses his blood. May we not then say that Talos, though created as a machine or a toy, had all the essential properties of a man? He moved of his own volition. He spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desires. Indeed, in the tale of the Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall. If then a machine may have all the properties of a man, and act as a man while driven only by the ingenious plan of its construction and the interaction of its materials according to...
This is very similar to the structure where you found the schematics.
Thank you. You
Check
interrupted
out
the
the
thing.
terminals. Maybe there's something that'll help us understand who built this place. They have to have left something behind.
Can I resume the thing?
Whether it is true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or as others say he was the creation of Hephaestus, what we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze, and had but one vein, within which flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver, and others assert was ichor, such as flows in the veins of the gods. The loss of that liquid caused him to die, as a man dies when he loses his blood. May we not then say that Talos, though created as a machine or a toy, had all the essential properties of a man? He moved of his own volition. He spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desires. Indeed, in the tale of the Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall. If then a machine may have all the properties of a man, and act as a man while driven only by the ingenious plan of its construction and the interaction of its materials according to the principles of nature, then does it not follow that man may also be seen as a machine? This contradicts all the schools of metaphysics. Yet even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood.
So the next thing is a portable hole. Kilo-year aridification event from BT Adhyambo's Anthropocene Dilemmas. The Akkadian Empire, forged in violence by Sargon the Great and his sons, reigned supreme over the city-states of Old Sumer. Enriched by trade with distant lands, fed by plentiful wheat fields of Mesopotamia, the empire bestrode the world with confidence and pride. Who could oppose the chosen of Anu and Enlil, the masters of the four corners of the world? Then the weather changed. The crops stopped growing, trade collapsed, the empire fell, its capital forgotten. The most likely culprit at the time of writing is the 4.2 kilo-year aridification event beginning the Megalian Age, non-anthropogenic drought that may have lasted almost 2 centuries, causing many of the early civilizations around the planet to collapse. This is where our ordinary understanding of time measured on the small scales of human history collides with the reality of deep time in our existence within the much bigger picture. We live on a changing planet and a changing universe. Climatic optimums are temporary, extinction is the norm. The Akkadians, like more egalitarian inhabitants of the Indus Valley civilization, could not understand why the rivers dried out and the rain stopped coming. Even if they could, they lacked the tools to do something about it. A few short millennia later, we are on the brink of having that understanding and those tools. What can we learn from the tragedies of the past? Arrow 5358, one such drought, completely naturogenic, would be enough to wipe out New Jerusalem for good. First companions. When the founder awoke, leaving the garden behind forever, there were 2 more whose bodies had been anointed by the progenitor. The gold disc breathed life into them, and their names were Eustathius and Cornelius. Founder showed them all she had discovered. Together they explored the dead city and saw the ruin to which humankind had fallen. It was then that the founder understood that the sins of the past must not be repeated, and that only through humility could the future be saved. Aside from Cornelius and Eustathius, there were 10 whose bodies the progenitor had not anointed in due time. Now it was upon the founder to complete this work and begin the resurrection. In this matter Cornelius proved of great assistance. After many tribulations, the 10 were brought to life, and these 12 that were born after the founder are called the first companions. These are their names: Eustathius, Cornelius, Aurora's son, Sarabhai, or Sarabi, Byron, Melampus, Yemo, Hypatia, Neam, Benaroya, Lithasir. It's funny how you can take something that's 90% true and 10% false and create something that's 100% misleading. Failed to load profile. Failed to load comment. Version 0.02 successfully deployed. Tested core functionality, so far so good. Trials 22 through 107. Version 0.30 successfully deployed. Something something. Better cooling systems necessary. Looking at this is all hex code. It says something. Version 0.04 failed. Unknown error in calculations.
Up those stairs.
Okay. Almost done. I just want to... figure out where am I? Bridge over here.
Run across the bridge.
Still says gate that way. What is the gate that it's pointing to?
Yeah, that's annoying, actually.
Gate that way.
I'm looking at your Skyrim like map up there, and I don't see the gate, unfortunately.
Does that just mean that? The way in? Or is it this? No, this is the...
You're going all night now.
under.
I'm not saying no, by the way.
I just want to know what the gate is.
Yeah.
He has an infinite amount of curiosities to explore, and
Oh, this one. This is the gate. Okay.
There you go.
And Rick's mind refuses to allow anything
Another
less
set of
than
golden gates.
looking at all of them.
These must be connected to the ones near the megastructure.
There was a harder set of puzzles in the simulation, right? And maybe they're like that. I know 1K is probably like, yay, harder puzzles. But to me, that sounds like error code 704. No thanks.
That's exactly what I sound like.
This game somehow read our thoughts, or read Rick's thoughts.
Okay.
Oh, that was a good way to end the stream. Who knew we'd be so excited for puzzles?
Yay, harder puzzles!
Yeah. So you're here, folks. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Come back tomorrow for some more puzzles.
Do we have any raid?
Yeah, I put one in there.
Oh, okay. For that, I must take.
Let's go raid Miss Jackie.
Oh yes, Jackie. Let's give her.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody.
Night night.
Good night, everyone. Bye bye.